A city ablaze with lights, the scent of vintage wine and luxurious perfume wafting through the air, and global stars gracefully walking the red carpet. However, that night, two figures captured the world's attention, Bae Suzy and Kim Taehyung, better known as V from BTS. They appeared at an exclusive party held in the heart of Los Angeles, specifically at a newly opened modern art gallery by one of America's leading contemporary artists. The guests in attendance came from all corners of the globe, Hollywood actors, renowned fashion designers, and famous musicians. However, all eyes were on one rare moment, the meeting between two South Korean stars who had rarely been seen together in public. Kim Taehyung wore a classic black suit from a renowned French fashion house, looking elegant yet maintaining his signature mysterious aura. He arrived alone, without the presence of other BTS members. The camera's focus immediately shifted to him as he walked through the gallery's entrance, with calm steps and a sharp, confident gaze. On the other side of the room, Bae Suzy had arrived earlier. She wore a long white dress from a Korean haute couture collection, adorned with delicate sequins that shimmered with every movement. Suzy is known for her calm and graceful demeanor, but that night her smile seemed different. There was a radiant calmness intertwined with enthusiasm in her eyes, as if she were awaiting something special. Some journalists present could only speculate when they saw their brief interaction amid the crowd. Taehyung, with polite yet familiar gestures, approached Suzy, who was at the time chatting with an American music producer. Their smiles met. The world seemed to slow down for a moment. Fans watching the live stream from the official organizers' account immediately flooded the comment section. What was that? They were staring at each other like a drama scene. OMG! Taehyung and Suzy? I never expected that. The moment lasted only briefly, less than 5 minutes. Yet it was enough to spark various theories among netizens. Were they just coincidentally meeting? Or was there something deeper than just a warm greeting between two Korean celebrities? The next day, the online world truly exploded. The names Kim Taehyung and Bae Suzy immediately topped the trending topics on various platforms, from Twitter to Weverse to TikTok. The short video showcasing their interaction was viewed millions of times within just a few hours. Some even analyzed their facial expressions and body language, trying to uncover whether the meeting held a hidden message. Behind the scenes, anonymous sources from the entertainment industry began to speak out. A stylist who claimed to work with the same brand said that Suzy and Taehyung had been scheduled to attend the same events several times, but always failed to meet due to time or location differences. They do have a lot in common: artistic taste, music, even nearly parallel life philosophies, they said. It didn't take long for romance rumors to surface. Gossip media began digging through old archives, tracing whether the two had ever mentioned each other in interviews or TV shows. Fans found an old clip where Suzy admitted to being a BTS fan and even mentioned V as one of the most charismatic idols. On the other hand, Taehyung once said in an interview that he admires artists who have extraordinary calmness yet still shine in the midst of chaos, and many believe that description fits Suzy. However, the most surprising revelation came the next day with the emergence of an unofficial photo. The photo appears to have been taken from a distance, Taehyung and Suzy walking side by side out of a gallery, with the quiet nighttime streets of Los Angeles as the backdrop. There were no romantic gestures, just two people seemingly engaged in a serious conversation. But for the public, that single photo was enough to ignite even greater speculation. Neither agency has issued an official statement. When asked for confirmation, a spokesperson from HYBE simply said, "We cannot comment on the personal activities of our artists." Meanwhile, Management SOOP, Suzy's agency, stated that their artist attended the event as an official guest and there were no plans for a special collaboration. But netizens were not satisfied with that answer. Some fans fully support whatever relationship they may have. "If they're dating, I'm all for it. They're both talented and humble," wrote a netizen on a Korean forum. Of course, not all reactions were positive. Some suggested the meeting was merely a hidden promotional gimmick for an upcoming collaboration project. Is that true? Rumors suggest that the two may be involved in an experimental short film project directed by a young South Korean filmmaker who is rising in Hollywood. The project, it is said, will combine elements of music and contemporary visual art. If true, their meeting at the art gallery was not a mere coincidence, but part of a larger narrative. However, to this day, all of this remains a mystery. Taehyung returned to Korea 2 days later, seen at the airport in casual attire and without commenting to the media. Suzy, on the other hand, remains in America, with a personal schedule not disclosed to the public. Both have remained silent, and it is precisely this silence that has only fueled public curiosity. One thing is certain, that night in Los Angeles marked a new chapter in the world of Korean entertainment. Two big names, two distinct auras, met at an unexpected point in time and space. Was this just a fleeting encounter destined to fade into oblivion, or the beginning of a larger story? Only time will tell. However, for the millions of fans who witnessed that moment, the meeting between Kim Taehyung and Bae Suzy was no mere coincidence. It is a story that will be remembered and talked about for a very long time. Meanwhile, a Korean pop culture observer based in Los Angeles referred to the meeting as a symbol of Korea's growing soft power. The presence of two icons like Suzy and Taehyung at an international event without formal promotional fanfare signifies a shift in the global landscape. They are not just known as artists, but as symbols of lifestyle, aesthetics, and cultural influence, he said in an interview with local media. He added that the public should begin to view Korean celebrities not just as entertainment products but as global cultural agents. Some die-hard fans have started investigating small details that may have gone unnoticed by the general public. For instance, the ring Taehyung wore that night, a vintage silver model with delicate engravings. Interestingly, Suzy was seen wearing a similar ring in one of her personal Instagram posts 3 months ago. Was it a coincidence, or was there a hidden meaning behind the choice of accessory? These questions are flowing freely on fan forums, complete with comparison photo collages and enthusiastic speculation. On the other hand, discussions about the possibility of a professional collaboration between the two are gaining momentum. Taehyung, who has been active in the world of visual art and photography lately, is reportedly developing a cross-disciplinary exhibition project. Meanwhile, Suzy, known not only as an actress but also as a singer and fashion muse, has a strong track record of blending visual aesthetics with emotional narratives. Many are hoping they will collaborate on a project combining short films, music, and live performance art. Several prominent fashion magazines are reportedly competing to feature them as the cover couple for their special fall edition. An editor from one Korean fashion magazine even hinted that an unexpected visual couple is under discussion, sparking wild speculation. Fans are already imagining artistic noir-themed photo shoots or retro-modern concepts with a strong Korean touch, all driven by their natural chemistry. What makes the situation even more intriguing is the reaction of other celebrities who attended the event that night. An American R&B singer posted an Instagram story with the caption, "Their energy? Can't be explained. Seriously." Though no names were mentioned, fans immediately linked it to Suzy and Taehyung. It seemed as though everyone present that night sensed something special was happening, something that couldn't be ignored. However, as time went on, voices began to emerge urging the public to give their idol artists some personal space. Some longtime fans of Suzy and Taehyung emphasized that whatever happened that night, whether it was just friendly interaction or the beginning of something deeper, should not be a source of public pressure. They stressed the importance of respecting celebrities' privacy and personal lives, which often come at a high cost for popularity and attention. Even so, the entertainment world never truly rests. Another rumor emerged that on that night, after the main event, a small group of VIP guests, including Suzy and Taehyung, continued their private gathering at a luxurious lounge in the Beverly Hills area. The lounge is known as a gathering place for artists and producers from around the world. To this day, there is no visual documentation of the meeting, but an anonymous bartender mentioned that there were two Korean stars who seemed very comfortable talking for hours. All these circulating rumors further reinforce the narrative that something is developing, whether it's just friendship, artistic collaboration, or even a love story that's still kept under wraps. The world continues to speculate. The media keeps writing. Fans keep supporting, debating, even arguing. But amid all the commotion, Suzy and Taehyung remain silent. They let the moment speak for itself, without clarification or denial, as if they know that some magic comes from what is left unsaid. And perhaps, that is where the real appeal lies. A brief encounter that shook the world, no need for lengthy narratives or official confirmations. Just one glance, one smile, and the world changes, trapped in a sweet mystery that continues to live on in the imagination of millions of fans worldwide.